Hi there guys, and thank you for joining me again on another Tuesday video. Obviously last week there weren't any videos, but there's going to be some more YouTube shorts happening. One was dropped, as they say, today, and there'll be a Tuesday video, which obviously is this, and a video on Friday as well, with some playing and stuff. And obviously just done two great shows with Siouxsie. I say obviously, well, last week we did Sunday at Latitude. We were headlining the BBC Sounds stage, which was awesome. And also we did the bandstand in Glasgow. I can't think what it was called now, but it was amazing. So let's just quickly gloss over those things. So Latitude, we played Sunday night, and we about 5,000-6,000 people, if not more, in that tent. I'm sure there were more. It was incredible, great vibe, lovely playing in those tents outside. I mean, outside gigs are great. We've been doing them all summer, and there's a few more to go yet as well. Belgium this Sunday or Monday is included. But yeah, there's something about being in that tent, in that situation, which just feels just very, very cool. The sound's cool. Everything's just great about it. Really nice vibe, and the people were kicking off and really enjoying it. We had a few issues with some tech at times, but we got that sorted, and that was fine. But we all had some guests coming along, and of course, when guests come along, that's when the gremlins come out. But anyway, the people who were there, you did have a great show. We kicked off Spellbound a bit later than we thought we would, but hey, it was awesome. But the thing about this, and if you're on my social media, you will know this already, we all got to meet Kiefer Sutherland. Now, for some younger cats out there, you might not know who he is. And his dad was very famous as well, Donald Sutherland, but you won't know him either. But Kiefer was in some films that I remember growing up, like Lost Boys, which is a very big cult 80s film from 87, I think. And then one that was more important to me was Flatliners, because it had Julia Roberts in it as well, and I had a massive crush on Julia Roberts. And of course, they were going out at the time, I believe. And Flatliners is awesome. They've remade it, which is not a good idea. Naughty, naughty. But the original is awesome. And we got to meet him. He was playing third or fourth on the bill after Creepshow, I think, who were also awesome. John Grant and Creepshow. Man, that was something else. Electronica vibes. Cool. Great screen with great visuals. Man, awesome. And then Kiefer's band played as well. And also Black Midi were there, and they were cool too. They do their kind of crazy jazz, prog, fusion, punk thing, whatever it is. And they were fantastic. They were on just before us. Very cool. But yeah, Kiefer, man, we played our gig, and as we come off, a lot of the bands had already got on their tour buses and gone home or to the next gig or whatever they were doing. But Kiefer and his band were still hanging out with us, or hanging out at the venue outside their Winnebago, you know, in the enclosure at the back, artist VIP place. And they started applauding as we came off. You know, we're taking our in-ears out, we're sweaty, we're like, hey man, cool. You know, and there's Kiefer Sutherland, like, in a very smart black suit with his band, all like, yay, nice one, guys. And then Steve and Joe from Siouxsie's band said, let's go talk to him. Once we had sort of had a glass of champagne and yay, high-fived everybody in a big hug, group hug. We did a great job, yay. And we went and spoke to him, and he was just so lovely. He was relaxing and kicking back with his guys, and it was just great. And then he came up to our enclosure to meet Siouxsie, and they had some pics together, and that was awesome. And then we got on the tour bus, and we drove all the way up 9 hours or something to Glasgow, and we had a day off, and I went and bought more records, some of them which are down here. I bought Noi, this album, which is Ace, and that's on white vinyl. I bought The Gold Experience by Prince, or the artist, whatever he was called then. That's there. Flaming Lips, that album. King's Mouth, which is really cool too. Stunt Work, maybe, I think I bought there as well. Yeah, anyway, that was that. So more records bought. And then the next day we played at the bandstand, which I'll put the name up now. I just can't remember it, because like, whatever, I come on and I don't research. I come on and do these things straight off the cuff. And that was great, but it rained. So a lot of people got very, very wet, but a lot of people have come prepared with brollies and, you know, sou'westers, whatever they're called, and, you know, plastic bags and stuff draped over them, you know, with eye holes. And they didn't care. They went absolutely mental. So about 3,500 people in sort of amphitheatre type thing on a brilliant old bandstand. Just an amazing gig. So, because obviously you think of Siouxsie, it's not a funk band or a dance group, pop act. You know, but some of the songs are so tribal even if, you know, things like Happy House, it isn't like a dum scat dum, you know, groove or whatever, or dum gat, it's dum da da gatch that da gatch. It's a really sort of like broken kind of groove, but it's so tribal. Budgie, man, complete genius with those grooves, as I've said before. So playing those kind of just driving floor toms, Cinema Heart, and all those kind of things, which are just straight ahead, but they're driving, watching people going for it, you know, and not just obviously the pogoing thing, but, you know, dancing, you know, sort of like maybe a trancey thing. It's just awesome. And I'm really sort of getting off on that as a drummer, seeing those people getting into the music and inspiring them in different ways. Some people just staring at the shoes, moving from side to side. Some people just in complete ecstasy looking at Sue, you know, like the Messiah. It's just powerful. And I'm falling in love with this music all over again. And the fans, it's just awesome. So keep coming, guys. Keep shouting, because we're loving it. We're bringing those songs to life for Siouxsie and for you and for us, of course. And it's just an ace experience. So that's that. Also, I've recently been in the studio producing the tracks for the new Little Men album, which is going to be called Visions, we now think. We did a radio interview in Bristol the Saturday before Latitude, so last week, where me, Nick Allen, who's the singer and principal songwriter, and also Mark Jones, or Left Hand as I call him, Mark Left Hand Jones was there as well, and we had a good chat with, is it Steve Yabbersley, was it? I may have got that wrong, Yabbersley, but he was a lovely chap, and it was a fun interview, and that's probably on catch up if you wanted to find BBC Bristol, whenever that was, last Saturday. We were on about 9:45, something like that. And it was just a nice interview talking about the new album. And we've been in Narm this week, Narm Studios, working on that album, dressing it with overdubs and stuff. And I'm in the producer's chair, so I'm enjoying it. And the buck stops with me. So I'm really getting into that. And I'm getting a few more producer style gigs, like sessions coming in. And I've said this before, if any of you out there are, you know, Siouxsie bands or whatever kind of vibe you're doing, if you're looking for someone, you know, to maybe help you work on mixes and, you know, the arrangements and stuff of your music, give me a shout. I come with an engineer who can run the desk, and I come with the ideas, and maybe there's something we could work out. So bear that in mind. And then on Thursday, so that was Friday, I'm going in a funny order here. Then on Thursday, I was at Rockfield Studios working with the amazingly talented Phil Andrews and singer-songwriter Lewis Clark, who's just one of a kind, writes some amazing music, and it's got an amazing voice that can be right sort of very high, not falsetto, but very, very high voice. And then other times it can be very low. His range is like Prince. It's really vast. And he's got lots of character in his voice. You know, it could be like Nina Simone at some point, and then he can sound like a blues singer, deep down blues singer down there. You know, it's awesome. So we went and re-recorded 2 songs from a session we did last May, I think it was, where we stayed there for a week at the Coach House, and it was superb. So we went back and re-recorded those 2 songs, and one extra one we threw in just at the last knock-ins. You know, it was like 8:30, and we started working on it, and we had to be out by 10, I think. Actually, all the tracks we did off-piste, you know, no click at all, which is weird, you know, because you get, as a drummer, we get very used to the security of the click. And it's like, oh, that'd be okay, we can copy and paste and we can move things around, it'd be fine. But of course, when you're actually doing the take, the red light syndrome proper comes on, and you're like, and it's good, it keeps you sharp. I'm digging it, I kind of like it. So when that album comes out, I'll obviously holler and let you guys know. But that's another thing that's been happening. Did a bit of teaching yesterday at the studio. Well, I also filmed very quickly, it turned out, because there were some visitors yesterday that actually put me off my game of recording loads of drumming clips, which is what I wanted to do. And I didn't get the lighting quite right, and so it's a bit mottled and blurry at times, and the stand moves a bit, and it's a bit like, I was editing them this morning. It's like, oh, damn it, all the schoolboy errors, because I did check it. But anyway, I'll be adding those in as well, and I'll probably shove one at the end of this as well, and there'll be some more shorts and stuff. So the quality, as I say, isn't the usual thing that I'd like to do, not even like my Sunday morning rambles. At least I've got my lights up, but anyway, it is what it is. And this weekend we're going off to do to Lochrein to do the Belgium Festival, which will be great fun with Sue and the band. So I'm looking forward to seeing you guys there. As ever, just holler out. Let me know if you're in the crowd, and if you're coming, make some comment below here. That would be cool. And there's other exciting things happening that I'm not going to talk about just yet. But big thank you, as ever, to all the Siouxsie fans at those shows. Thank you for the people that are signing up and subscribing to this channel, and also my Instagram, and also some people that are now starting to email me about music, drumming, and Siouxsie related stuff. I'll try and get back to everybody as and when I can. And if you haven't subscribed, please subscribe here. Pass it on to other fans and other drummers that you think might get something from this channel. And it's always going from like me talking about gigs, sessions, producing, drumming stuff, drumming clips, talking about records, random record reviews. It could be anything. Unboxings sometimes. Yeah, so thanks again. Thanks for tuning in. Have a great week. I shall see you on Friday. Take care, guys. Peace and love, as Ringo would say. And I'll see you on Friday. Cheers.